Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jennifer. I am so happy to have you. I hope you had a wonderful and relaxing weekend. I didn't. I was on my feet quite a bit. I was running around like a crazy person. We just finished homeschool, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sit on my bed, open up my laptop, and talk to you guys about this brand new People magazine article that just dropped. I don't even know when it dropped. I'm going to assume either early this morning or possibly late last night. We all know how Megan likes to drop things at the 11th hour. I personally think it's like a self preservation type thing. Like she drops things so that she can just go to bed and just deal with it the next day. I don't know. But it's been a long day. And I was like, I'm going to lay on my bed and open my laptop and just read this to you guys. Now, I have not read this. I've seen a few videos in passing about the article, but I haven't actually sat down and read it. I wanted to do it with you guys on camera so we can just kind of just all react to it together and kind of see what we're in for here. I mean, I think we all kind of know what we are in for. It's coming from People Magazine, and we do know that Meghan loves her People Magazine. They are her mouthpiece. They have proven time and time again that they are in Harry and Meghan's corner. They just will release all the fluff, pretty it up, make everything as just, tied up in a bow as they can about her. So let's just get into this. So it starts off Meghan Markle's most intimate interview in years. Harry the kids and getting real about her learning curve. This is an exclusive. You guys, this is exclusive. I'm going to try to be as diplomatic as I can. Let's just try to be as fair as possible, fair and balanced, but I am about facts and there's a lot of stuff that contradicts the narrative that she likes to put out. So, let's see. Let's get into this. So, there are tons of twists and turns. The Duchess of Sussex tells People of her journey. Meghan Markle sits down for an intimate conversation with People ahead of the launch of her new Netflix series with Love Meghan. She opens up about her life in Montecito with Prince Harry and their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, offering a rare glimpse into their world, getting candid about the highs and lows of launching her lifestyle brand. Okay. First impression. What do you guys think of this picture with her with a sun, gardening hat, the Meghan interview? I think she's trying to present herself as casual, relaxed, California vibe. I'm getting the very, very strong impression that that's what she wants to portray. I don't know how well that ties into the fact, though, that she wears thousands upon thousands of dollars of jewelry all the time when she's in the kitchen. The stuff that we have seen about the Netflix show so far, she's been in the kitchen wearing these super expensive beige rumpled outfits with all her jewelry, her, hair hanging all around. So she looks a lot more relaxed in this People cover than she has been so far in what we've been seeing in clips of the show. So, okay. Okay. So, let's get into this here. So, I'm sorry if I'm going like this, you guys, because I have trifocal glasses. So, I have the glasses where I can see far and I can see mid-range and then up close, but the way I have my laptop here on this tray on my bed, I'm kind of like this to read, so I do apologize. Okay. Meghan Markle is curled up in bed with her sleeping 5-year-old son, Prince Archie, on a recent winter evening in Montecito, phone in hand, catches up on emails, finalizing details for her launch. Her husband, Prince Harry, is still in Vancouver, wrapping up the Invictus Games. She joined him for several days, during which she stayed in close touch with her mother, Doria, checking in on Archie and Princess Lilibet III, who had both gotten sick, and making sure they were seen by the doctor and sipping bone broth. Okay, so this is, I guess, telling us that she's in Vancouver for Invictus, as we all know. She, I guess, knew her children were sick because she was checking in on them constantly with Doria, who I guess was their caregiver while she was gone. So, first thing I'm getting is you're coming home from Invictus, your kids are sick, and you're in bed with your 5-year-old son who's asleep with a People reporter in the room. Okay. I don't know how relatable that is. I think a mom who has been traveling, who knew her kids were sick while she was traveling, coming home, tending to her possibly still sick kids with a reporter in the room, that's not relatable. So that's my thing right off the bat. Now she's savoring the stillness at home with Archie as he stirs awake, sleepily telling her, "Mama, don't work too hard." Recalling the moment to people a few days later, the Duchess of Sussex says it was the sweetest thing. Okay. Uh, she's tackled the hard work of launching a new business, but unlike most, she has done so under an intense spotlight. In March 24, her initial brand name, American Riviera Orchard, debuted online. 1 month later, jars of jam with the brand's logo began. I can't read today, guys. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's been a long weekend. 1 month later, jars of jam with the brand's logo began circulating among pals. You guys, this is so like I hate this flowery writing. It's so hard to read out loud. It's annoying. Um, so they're basically talking about ARO. She gave the jam to friends. Anticipation grew. Behind the scenes, she was navigating trademark issues. There were tons of twists and turns, even with the name. I was figuring it out in real time. So this is telling me that she's acknowledging all the backlash she was getting about the trademark stuff and how that was bungled and botched. And her son told her, "Don't work so hard." He's 5 years old. He's 5 years old and recognizing that his mama is working too hard. My first impression, that tells me that mama isn't paying that much attention to the kiddos. That's what that tells me, because I can tell you for a fact, okay? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool. I'm with them full time. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Filming, editing, uploading videos takes a while. It takes time. My twins are going to be 12 next month. And there have been a few times in the last month or so where my daughter's come in my room and she's like, "Mama, just shut off your computer now. Come watch a movie with us or come do something." That wakes you up. That's your 12-year-old telling you, "Okay, that's enough. Come spend some time with us." So that's when I know I got to power down and go give her some time. But she's 12. A 5-year-old is saying that. I don't, I don't like hearing that. I don't. I don't. Um, And, it's not like she does not have help. She's got a team. She's got a team. I think her working on her brand is her coming up with ideas and barking orders to her business team, or maybe attending meetings with a business team. So she is not alone by any means. That's why I kind of get annoyed with these celebrities a lot of times when they talk about how they juggle everything, all their businesses, and they're juggling and they're so tired and they're working so hard. Well, they have help and they're not very forthcoming because money solves a lot of problems. Money means you have round the clock childcare if you need it to grow your business. But okay, I don't. I need to stop. I digress. Let's just dig in a little more here. So she's acknowledging and she's saying, "I was figuring it out in real time." Well, no kidding. Yeah, you were. And although she has faced intense public scrutiny at every step, Meghan says the experience has been defined by growth. She says, quote, "I appreciate everyone who gave me the grace to make mistakes and figure it out, and also to be forgiving with myself through that. It's a learning curve." As she builds her brand, she also continues to expand her life in Montecito. 5 years have passed since she and Harry made the seismic decision to step back from their royal roles in the UK and chart their own path, but their titles remain. Okay, hold on really quick before we get into that. So she's acknowledging all the backlash she got. And it's not even so much backlash. I think what it is people are kind of echoing what I just said to you guys, that you have all the money and all the resources at your disposal, yet you are fumbling and bumbling through all the trademark issues and all the debacle that was American Riviera Orchard, which I've talked about at length in some of my other Meghan videos. So it's almost as if she's clapping back at people who were giving her criticism about it, as if to say, "Well, I was figuring it out in real time, and it's a learning curve," and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I guess that's her attempt to be relatable, but again, she wasn't by herself, and she was not figuring it out all by herself. She has help. I don't know how much she's listening to the help, but she does have help. She has the money and the resources to hire the best people she can to basically carve out and run this business for her, but it still failed. Or so far, it failed. The American Riviera Orchard venture just dead in the water. So that tells me that even though she may have help, she's not utilizing or listening to that help. So that's a problem of her own making, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, so let's continue on. So it says that they step back from their roles in a seismic decision to chart their own path. And Meghan says the Sussex name bestowed upon her and Harry by Queen Elizabeth on their 2018 wedding day holds a deeper significance than she could have imagined before motherhood. It's our shared name as a family, and I guess I hadn't recognized how meaningful that would be to me until we had children, she says. I love that it is something that Archie, Lily, H, and I all have together. It means a lot to me. The Sussex name, she adds, is part of our love story. What do you guys think of that? Because I read something like that and I think that it's completely misaligned with the narrative that she has been pushing since they left the family, the royal family, because the narrative that they were presenting in that Netflix documentary was that they were very hard done by, that they were very put upon, that they were not treated well, that there were our people in the royal family that were very concerned about the color of her skin and in her future child's skin. There were R's in the royal family. And the whole narrative was that they were breaking free of that oppressive environment. I mean, do you remember when they put out that article when they got to, I don't know if they were still in Canada at the time, but they were basically saying about how the Commonwealth needed to not be the British Empire 2.0, basically insinuating that the Commonwealth was this oppressive R word organization, which really shows you how ignorant she is and was, and even more disgraceful, how Harry didn't even grasp what the Commonwealth is. The Commonwealth is not the British Empire. The British Empire was something that was built up by force over the centuries. The Commonwealth is something that Queen Elizabeth nurtured and was her baby, her life's work. And the Commonwealth, when a country has um and when a country belongs to the Commonwealth, they are there because they want to be. No one is forcing a country to be part of the Queen's and now the King's Commonwealth. It's not the British Empire 2.0. They didn't even have a grasp on what the Commonwealth was. It's a bunch of countries coming together under the blanket of the United Kingdom with a shared and joyful identity. So again, that was their narrative, right? That the monarchy is oppressive and the Commonwealth is the Empire 2.0, and they're breaking away from that. And if it seems like I'm riled up, you guys, it's because I am, because I do love the family and what they represent and all the good that the family does and the legacy of the late queen. What a beautiful and majestic and forward-thinking woman she was, even when she was crowned back in 1952. And the way that Harry and Meghan have basically made it their life's work to disparage her legacy and the family, just their comments about the Commonwealth and then their narrative about how the whole family was just a bunch of it was an R word institution, and they had to break free of that and forge their own way with their children. And they even had said that they didn't want Archie to carry a title because it wasn't important to them. They wanted him to be a normal child and have a normal life. Then why are you holding on to this Sussex legacy? It doesn't make sense. Help this make sense to me. If your narrative is breaking free from the patriarchy and the horrible R word that is the monarchy and the British public, who basically bullied and forced you out of that country, which was and I still think is her narrative to this day, then why hold on to it? Why make it seem as if it's a shared family name? Forge your own new name. It's so upsetting, you guys, to read this kind of stuff. And then to say that the Sussex name is part of her love story. What does that mean? There's couples every single day that have wonderful love stories and build families together through all types of things. Do they need titles too? Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm glad I'm relaxing on my bed right now because I'm just going to need a big old nap after this. This is just exhausting already and upsetting. So she's basically trying to also, I feel, justify their continued use of the Sussex name, and why it's okay to continue merching off of that name. Because make no mistake about it, she's getting the attention from People Magazine, from the public, from people like myself, because she's associated with that family. She knows it. So she's putting the spin on it as if it's a wonderful legacy that she's building with her family out of love. Not that she has to hold on to the title to stay relevant. She has to grasp onto the Sussex name to stay relevant. And hasn't it been said that they've only visited Sussex as a couple, Harry and Meghan, once? And it was only for a few hours? Does she know anything about Sussex? Does she know anything about the people that live there? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, let's go on here. Now, with her new series debuting March 4th on Netflix, she's sharing her personal passions, including cooking, hostessing, and decorating, with her biggest audience yet. When your children get to a certain age, when you're not just playing in the sandbox with them, but also playing in your own sandbox again, it's super joyful. As a woman, a mom, and a wife, to be able to find yourself again in a way that was always present, but that you maybe couldn't put as much attention on as you now can when your children are a bit older, is a wonderful feeling. Okay, hold on. I need a drink. Hold on. It's of water, not that kind of drink. You guys, she's talking about when your children get to be a certain age, you're not playing in the sandbox with them, but also playing in your own sandbox again. That sounds very narcissistic in tone. I'm just going to call it. I want to say that her children are still at the age where they are playing in sandboxes. Archie's what, 5 years old? He still should be in a sandbox. A 5-year-old should be running around in the sandbox, in the mud, getting dirty, doing all of those things. But she's talking about how, oh, they're out of the sandbox, so she can now get in her own sandbox and have her own fun. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. That's spoken like someone who doesn't really spend a lot of time with their children, or they have a ton of help. Because let me tell you something, and I'm sure a lot of moms out there can resonate, whether you are a hardworking at home mom or whether you are a hardworking work out of the home mom. My mom worked out of the home when I was growing up. She worked very hard and she spent a lot of time with me every minute that she could when she was not working, like after school, spending time with me at home and then spending time with me all weekend. She had to work. She didn't have a choice. I am lucky enough to be in a position where I am married to someone who provides enough money for our household for me to stay home and make my children my biggest priority in homeschooling them. That is my life's work right now. And I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else, because trust me, not everyone is into the homeschool thing. Even if they could do it, maybe they feel that they couldn't or they just don't want to. That is fine. That's not what I'm saying because some women have to work outside the home. They don't have a choice. And I celebrate them too. I know what they go through because my mom was one of those women. Me, both my parents worked. But what I'm saying here is uh, my children, twins, okay? I didn't feel that I really had my life back in the sense that they were starting to really get more independent from me, where I could kind of back off a little bit and let them be more independent until they were almost 7, 8 years old. And that's just how it is. I mean, we were dealing with a lot of things as a family. When my son got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, he was 3 years old, so that was a lot that kinda turned the family upside down, and then when I got sick with cancer and I had my whole year of cancer, that was a whole thing. So, we had our own things, but I think most moms out there would agree that when your children are 5 and under, you're still in the sandbox with them. So I don't know what this is supposed to be, as if she's kind of celebrating and being super joyful about her own sandbox. It seems to me that this woman's whole existence is her own sandbox. She has been celebrating her own joyful existence her entire life. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I can because, again, I'm not in her home. I don't know how she parents her children, but this is just spoken to me. It just reads as someone who's privileged, who has a lot of money and a lot of help. And I'm sorry, Archie's 5, he should still be in a sandbox. And do you remember this past Christmas when there was some rumblings about how Harry was saying that Archie didn't believe in Santa Claus anymore and all this kind of stuff? And while I do think from a Christian standpoint that the whole Santa Claus thing is kind of out of control in the sense that people they're not really grasping and joyful of what this season really does mean. But, it is what it is. Kids grow up with the whole Santa thing, and that's fine. But what 5-year-old still doesn't believe in Santa Claus unless they're told that there is no Santa Claus? I don't know. Just thought I would. And I know I'm getting really deep with you guys, and maybe it's just because of the weekend that I had, and I'm kind of tired and exhausted, even though I wanted to spend this time with you guys and read this, but it's just making me feel really tired reading this. Just, ugh. What are you guys thinking about this? I definitely want to hear your comments down below. Okay, let's keep going here. Although the couple's 2022 Netflix docuseries, The Record-Breaking Harry and Meghan, famously pulled back the curtain on their struggles, this time there's no mention of anything royal. Harry himself makes only a fleeting appearance in the final episode. His presence was felt behind the scenes. Whenever Harry visited set, he was always super polite and friendly, a crew member tells People, but it was clear he wanted this to be Meghan's moment to shine. I'm not going to say anything about Megan's moment to shine because isn't it always her moment to shine? She is really, really shiny, you guys. She's very shiny. For more from Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, including why she's back in a honeymoon period with Harry, pick up this week's issue of People on newsstands Friday. There's that. There's that cover again, you guys. Returning to her roots, Megan's 8-episode lifestyle show sees her cooking, crafting, and gardening with friends and chefs while sharing personal stories and recipes. A natural extension of her pre-royal life, in 2024, while filming Suits in Toronto, she launched The Tig, a blog on food, travel, and wellness years ahead of the influencer boom. But as her relationship with Harry deepened, she shut it down in 2017 and later deleted her Instagram before joining royal life. How hard was it to let it go? Sorry, guys. Well, I love the Tig, but I certainly love my husband more, she says. So that was a choice I made at the time, and I wouldn't change that for a second. Well, at least she's acknowledging that she did choose to quit acting and shut down her blog and her influencer career. But no one told her to do it. The Queen was very gracious, knew that she was a 36-year-old middle-aged woman who had a life and a career She was not told that in order to be part of that family, she had to give everything up. So at least she's acknowledging that that was her choice. But we all know how she has portrayed it. That she's saying that it's her choice, but in the what, 6 years or so since, 7 years so since, she's always made it seem as if she kind of felt forced in doing it. So I kind of feel like that's a little too late. Little too late. Harry's now loving watching Megan step back into her creative groove. My husband met me when I had the TIG, and I see this spark in his eye when he sees me doing the thing that I was doing when he first met me, she says. So it goes on to say that I was never really in front of the camera like this, she says, reflecting on the legal drama, I guess, Suits, which became one of Netflix's most streamlined shows in 2023. Oh, sorry, most streamed. She adds, it's a time capsule for me. I still have the pencil skirt from the first episode. That's the one thing I kept. She remains close to co stars like Abigail Spencer and is excited to see the upcoming Suits LA on Peacock. I love that it gets a new breath of fresh air. Well, we all heard in Tom Bauer's book that the one pencil skirt isn't the only thing she took, that allegedly she has a penchant for taking clothes and shoes and things off of sets. Allegedly. So she's making it seem here like that was the one thing she took, but it's out there that that is not how she operates. But I digress. So she's talking about, you guys, maybe I should skim this because this video is kind of, it's a lot longer than I expected. How long is this article? For the love. Oh my, there's no way I can read this whole thing. Let me skim through, you guys. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Uh The series is about, so what's she talking about here? Despite the intense focus of her return to Instagram, where her 2 million followers analyze everything from her outfits to the plates she uses, she doesn't identify as an influencer. I see myself as an entrepreneur and a female founder. And if the brand ends up influential, then that's great. Well, I hate to break it to you, Megan, but you're an influencer if you're constantly on your Instagram. If it was just a brand, you can launch a brand and not put your mug on your Instagram and not feel compelled to make Instagram stories all the time. She can launch a brand and not show herself. She can launch a brand and remove her face and persona from the brand. So it doesn't seem that she understands the difference between an influencer and an entrepreneur. You can be both, or you can be one or the other. So again, you can launch a brand without showing your face 24/7. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. She doesn't consider herself a trad wife, shorthand for traditional wife either. Well, yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I like being able to do a hybrid, she says. Chinese food delivery is a favorite, but even when I get takeout, I will try to plate it beautifully. She encourages everyone to strive for balance, not perfection, despite her show's beautiful imagery. The series is about doing what you can do and doing it with love. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. She's talking about a friend visited the set and came up with the name for the show. No, no, I don't believe that for a second. I do not believe for a second that somebody else came up with the name for that show. She's too much, she's too hands on. She's too not listening to anybody to have that be true. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. That's my personal opinion. I have to scroll up, you guys. I have to move on here because I'm her private world in Montecito. The Montecito community who have gotten to know her from school, drop-offs, and playdates with Archie and Lily have become essential. Okay, before I read anything else, that is not what the Vanity Fair article portrayed. In the Vanity Fair article, it makes a point of saying that a lot of the people that live in Montecito, they've said that they have never seen her, they've never seen him, they've never seen the kids. They are irritated that she's there. They're irritated about the amount of press and publicity she's brought to the area. There were neighbors quoted saying that they don't know her, they've never even dealt with her. Okay. We hosted a little camp because winter break was long, she says with a laugh. We had several days with different families at our home, and we were able to get to know the parents better, and all the kids could play. They set up obstacle courses and face painting. It's a dream, she says, but I also know that being part of a community means you put effort into it. Well, okay. If that is true, that she's hosting parents and the children of the parents in her home, good, good. If it's true, let her kids play and have fun. But then why would the Vanity Fair article go out of its way to point out the fact that she and her husband and her children are very disconnected to that community? So there are two warring narratives at play here, you guys. And who you going to believe? I know who I believe. Uh-huh. Montecito, Megan says, has become protective of the Sussexes. Once you know us, I think you want us to have the same normalcy as parents and our children as they do, despite however unique our situation is. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. For Megan, normal looks like nights out with Harry and pals. We go to a lot of dinners and not in people's homes or private rooms. We just go into the restaurant. I really love that we can just have fun. She loves that she can go into a restaurant, you guys, and that's what's making her normal and relatable. She's pointing that out to us. She's actually pointing out to us that for her, normal looks like lots of nights out with Harry and pals, and she goes into restaurants. Well, personally, I think the way that a lot of American families are suffering in this crippling economy that we've had for the last 4 years, a lot of nights out isn't normal for a lot of people. People are struggling to buy eggs. Going out and sitting in restaurants is a luxury. It's not normal. It's not normalcy for a lot of people. I don't know, you guys. She's trying, but she's still missing the mark with this. Okay, let me just skim this really quick and then I will see what is worth bringing up. Um, and when Megan was invited to a low-key birthday party at home, oh, sorry, what? She was invited to her low-key birthday party at home. Oh, okay. She's talking about another family. She showed up despite not knowing anyone else and chatted with the other women about mom stuff in life, says the pal. It was just fun and natural. She was very comfortable and chilling. Well, that's how you meet people, Megan. What is she talking about? Why is showing up to a child's birthday party without knowing anyone and just chatting? Why is that proof for that she's a normal, just mom who likes to chill? W- What do That's what most moms would do. You go to kids' birthday parties and you chat with the moms there because you want to look like a nice, gracious human being. She's not going above and beyond by chatting with people at a birthday party to show that she's a human being. What is that? What is that? Oh my God. Oh gosh. Okay, okay. I mean, okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just kind of trying to scroll here to spare you some things. The family's sprawling estate is their sanctuary, which is why Megan chose to film her show in a nearby rental that echoes their own space. Aha! So she reads and watches everything because that was the biggest clapback criticism when she was first premiering that trailer. People were like, "This is a rented mansion. This isn't relatable. What is this? What is going on?" Like even the Pioneer Woman, didn't she film her show 10, 15 years ago in her own home, her own ranch? Um, so this is her clapping back at people saying that she wasn't relatable because she was filming in a rented mansion. She's trying to pose it as their home is their sanctuary, and that's why she didn't want to let the crew in. I wanted to protect that safe haven, she explains. We're a close knit family. I love those moments. Putting Lily down for a nap, having lunch together, having sacred time. Our kitchen is where mama just cooks for the family. And with a crew of 80 plus people, that's a lot of people to have in your house. Okay, honestly, I personally think she is crazy type one and she didn't want a dirty filming crew traipsing all over her white and beige house. That's that is that's what that is. And you know what? I don't have a multi-million dollar house, and I wouldn't like 80 people going around my house either. Just say that. That would be more relatable. I don't want a bunch of people in my house for days on end, weeks on end. And, you can't separate your house from your work. And, I get it. I mean, even Julia Child, when she was on The French Chef, when she debuted her PBS cooking show, that was on a set, you know? Like, just constantly trying to craft something and hide behind things, and then when she gets the clap back, she's gotta come back and, like, explain herself. First of all, Megan, you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. You do not have to explain yourself to anybody, and you wouldn't have to if you were relatable and honest from the start. If I had a Netflix cooking show, I would just be straight and be like, "Hey, I'm type A. I don't want a bunch of, crapola tracked over my floors and my carpet. That's why I got a set, okay? Just that. Yikes. Yikes. Really? This is what we're doing. I don't know. My voice is a little scratchy. I was doing a lot of talking this weekend. I don't really know how much more I can take of this article. Let me just skim and see if there's anything I could throw out to you guys. Um, While she may not have filmed inside their home, she found ways to incorporate home life into the show, filming in their chicken coop, garden, and orchard. I thought that, didn't they say that those weren't her gardens either? Someone correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I thought I had heard that it wasn't even her orchard or her garden either. And that's why people were just so like, what is going on? Archie did the filming, clapboard. Sweet moment, she said. Well, if that's true, cute, cute. Let the kid participate. Okay, okay. They would also come with my husband and visit me on set, and I love that my children were able to watch me working and see the balance of that and understand what mama does and is working to create and share. The crew member recalls how Archie and Lily would run up to Megan on set. She was super attentive and doting. She would give them headphones so they could listen on audio. Again, that is overcompensating. That is overcompensating. All good moms know what their kids are doing at all times and are attentive to them. She doesn't have to point it out. She doesn't have to constantly point it out, but she's pointing it out because she knows she gets clapback because of the kids. Because of the kids. People are always either complaining that she doesn't have them and that she's a big fraud and a phony, or they clap that or they criticize that she's merching them and this is ridiculous, and that she's not there and she's not present. I mean, so that's why she feels she has to constantly clap back here. I mean, I hope when they get old enough, they really feel proud that they were part of the beginning of this with me. Okay, and here we go to the creepy Christmas card, blurry, weird Christmas card deal, whatever, whatever. Okay, I'm over that. Life in Montecito is settled into a comfortable rhythm. When she's not filming, afternoons are marked by what they lovingly call day dates, where they share a quiet lunch together. Okay, again, that is privilege. That is throwing money at the problem. Throw money at the nanny, throw money at the housekeeper, day dates. Okay, most normal American people, well, not even American. I know a lot of you are watching me from Europe. Hello, love you guys. Working parents that have to work outside the home, or whether you are a hardworking mom at home, running a household, multiple kids, whatever you're doing, you don't have time for day dates. Somebody has to be working unless you're independently wealthy and are living off family money in a trust like these two foos are. Day dates? In true parent fashion, the evenings include nightcap recaps. What's a nightcap recap? Oh, I guess it means that they're having a adult beverage. Unwind with a drink as they chat about their day and make lunch boxes. That's just talking to your spouse. Why does everything that they do have to be punctuated as if it's some crazy, like, wonderful, graceful thing that they do that's so out of the ordinary? A nightcap recap? That just means that you're sitting down. Well, he's probably drinking a beer, or knowing him, probably, you know, smoking something, allegedly, and she's drinking her wine or whatever, and they call it a nightcap recap. You're just talking to the person you live with. Oh, Lord, help me. Help me, Lord. I think all parents in this phase with kids the same age know it's rinse and repeat, she says. If there's time, they'll catch up on TV together. Okay, what they watch on TV, I don't really care about that. Reflecting on the past 5 years since their move, Megan acknowledges how much is different. 5 years ago, Archie was only 8 or 9 months old. So my life has changed so much. Yeah, it changes when they start talking, Megan, and they start seeing that mama's working a lot. Things change. Recounting her motherhood journey, welcoming a newborn. Sorry, my voice, you guys. Being pregnant while raising a toddler, now raising both Archie and Lily. Anyone who has children will tell you it's a huge evolution as a woman during that time. As she looks ahead to the next 5 or even 10 years, she's open to what's to come. Can you imagine? This is just the beginning. Life is full of surprises, she says. And my gosh, in 10 years, Archie will be driving. In 10 years, in my opinion, if this happens, Archie will be driving and they probably won't be able to find him because he'll be okay, I'm not gonna say it. Whatever. Here's the comments. I'm just gonna read the first rando comment. I don't really care about them one way or the other, but I feel like if they would just do good things without talking about all the good things they do, people would like them more. They may be the nicest people on the planet, but in my opinion, they come across as authentic. That is the top comment. I don't know how people.com comments work, but amen. Amen. Amen, sister. Amen. I mean, that's about all I can handle right now of this people.com article, you guys. I would suggest, because tomorrow is when this show is dropping, I probably won't release, first of all, let me just tell you, I probably won't release my Netflix videos about this right away. I think I might hang back a little, maybe review two at a time. I don't know, that could change, but if you feel like you need a little bit of a palate cleanse, and I love saying that now, if you need a palate cleanse from this woman, watch one of my Joan Crawford videos. I released a mature everyday makeup tutorial yesterday. I know a lot of my lovely viewers are over 40, and I've gotten some comments about how you're looking forward to some of my upcoming beauty content. So I released that yesterday. I do a little chit chat over there talking about the direction that I'm taking my channel, talk about some of the hateful and snarky comments I've been receiving. Not too many. Most of them are lovely, most of them are gracious. I really enjoy spending this time with all of you. But if you want just a little bit of fun before all the real crazy Meghan madness starts tomorrow when this gets released, this show of hers, take a look at that video. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think and what you want to see more of. But this was fun, but I have to stop it here. My voice is cracking a little bit, and I'm going to go hang out with my mom. I'm going to go hang out with grandma, kind of see what she's up to, what she wants to do for the rest of the afternoon, what we want to do for dinner. But yeah, what do you guys think about this interview? I don't really feel like it's much of an interview. I really feel like it's Meghan told people what she wanted to talk about, the direction that she wanted this puff piece to go, what she wanted to put out there. She's constantly trying to remind us that she is real, that she is authentic. I would just want to say to Meghan, if she's watching, I mean, I know she watches a lot of us. I can't presume that the Duchess would watch this, but you don't have to convince us that you're real. You don't have to convince us that you're authentic. Just talk from the heart, speak from the heart, talk about the criticisms that people are leveling at you in a way that shows us that you understand what we're saying, in a way that would open yourself up to us. Maybe tell us, or even give an interview about why you disagree with all of the pointed things that we are saying. Why do you disagree with people when they say that all you want to do is monetize the monarchy? Prove to us or tell us why you think that's wrong. Tell us why you think that what we think. Tell us why you disagree with so many of us that say that you disrespected the queen while she was alive and why you continue to disrespect her legacy now that she's gone. why people feel that you're trying to tarnish the monarchy now, why you're trying to sabotage Charles, why you and your husband are trying to sabotage William and his wonderful family. Just get real with us. Get down, get dirty, get real with us. We probably won't agree with anything that you say, but just stop trying to just gloss over everything and pretty everything up and trying to ignore things. That is why you are unrelatable. I mean, even politicians that go through scandals, and I'm talking horrible, rotten, scathing scandals, they will at least come out and address what happened and either apologize and atone, or sometimes they're arrogant and they will defend themselves and they'll defend their actions and they'll defend their positions. But at least if you do that, even that is more relatable. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that? But this was just another fake attempt to be seen as authentic and relatable and real. And it just falls flat, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think down below. I enjoy spending this time with you, and I will speak to you all very soon. Stay safe out there. If you haven't already, please subscribe. You have no idea what it means to me when I see that I have a new subscriber. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Hold tight. And yeah, gird your loins because the Meghan Netflix saga drops tomorrow. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.